Alright, so hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We're starting with the motion rigging portion of this model. Once again, we're going with what is ideally going to be 1x2 matrices on all of the motions. Where I need a bit more, a 1x3. Ideally, no 2x3s, because that creates a set of motions that basically require corners, and if possible, any corners that exist should be handled by a blend shape, which basically means I don't need to do the corner myself. So that is kind of ideal of where we want to end up here. We still have the beautiful water thing, which I think is what we're going to start with here, because number one, I'm not sure about the way I have thought about in my head to do this, but I have been looking at some tutorials that do some things in 3D, basically adjusts the shape for more 3D state. So I'm gonna see if that works. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to bring this back to the drawing board. But that is the plan for now. Regardless, first up, let us give this thing a circle. Oh, that is a little scary. Hold up. Ew. What do I need the circle to do? I need it to pull. Yeah, this is gonna work. Let me just redo this mesh here, because 100% I need the mesh around the edge, so this isn't helping right now. So just go ahead and just create a circle, and we'll just try and keep this as round as possible. And let's just see if it's not lagging because of all the points I need to give this, because computer doesn't know what straight lines are or curved lines are. Yeah, well, let's just pull this all out to the side first, and then worry about lining it up with a circle a bit better. Okay, you go over here, then we'll just line this back up where we need it. Okay, so basically that creates this, but we need a point, I think, in the middle. Literally right down the middle, so that each of these can kind of pull in on its own. The question is, do I actually need this to have more points in the inside here? But that is a matter that we'll have to wait until I figure the next part out. Okay, so we're going to create a deformer for the end of the water here. We're going to create a duplicate of this. So we're going to do what we do with the eye usually. Well, we want to create a dome shape for the eye. We're going to increase the divisions by some stupid number. We're going to go... How do I do this again? Oh, wait, no. Am I supposed to use a regular brush, or am I supposed to... Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm doing this on the second deformer, so like not the one that we currently have. And I believe I go, what, like this, right? So we create a kind of circular dome shape for the actual water piece here. I'm a little concerned about the corners because I didn't select those. Alright, we'll just test with this one now. Okay, so how do we do this? So I put this into a rotation deformer, spin it, move that or inherit that into a warp deformer, make it wait, do I actually need to pull the... Wait, I think I did this wrong. I think I do need to pull the mesh below this. Woof it. Well, this is why we do it on a separate deformer here. Let me just get rid of that. Let's just do that again. Okay, so what I think needs to happen is we need to have rotation deformer. So this. Let me just give this a very light kind of blue, let's say. Like a vibrant blue for all our water bits. Oh, that's bright. So what I think I can do here is if I make this a 0, then go from 1 to 10. At 10 we say we go to 360. So basically it will just like spin all the way around. And then we'll change that to repeat later, but if we then make a second spinning thing, but this time as a warp deformer. I inherit this into... Wait, I can't do a... Wait, can I turn this into a... Well, I can't really see until I put it into the next one, isn't it? We're going to inherit the thing into this, so now I need to what? Oh, funny, it's not doing anything. Give me back the rotation deformer for a moment, please. Is it because it goes from 0 to 360? It's just like, it doesn't actually move, that's fine. Okay, well, fine, we'll go to, we'll put 3 points into here and make sure that goes all the way around this time. Okay, does that behave if I do it this way? This has, okay, good. Deformer, apply to child. Okay, now does this spin? This is the annoying part, isn't it? Extended interpolation for ellipse. No, it does not. I literally just need you to spin. But instead it tries to flip. But why? Okay, can we... How about we just do this without the rotation deformer then? Would that be helpful? Or do I need to just like put in 1,000 points into this? I mean, I can do it this way. I could just go all the way through. And then pass this down to... Because this is still just a full spin here. We'll pass this down to the child. And now it has to... I am forcing it to spin. Okay, it's a little bit off because of the linear, but if we make it to ellipse, it should do a circular spin on the shape now. Kind of see the shape is not deforming anymore. then what I think I need to do is I need to first make a copy of this. This is more important. I need to make a copy of this. Just give me a so that I'm not gonna lose that. Let's grab this. Although I need to tell both of these to be like 15 divisions big. Then my deformers are not, defaults are not locked. Then I grab this right down the middle, and then I want to pull this. Then I grab this one, and then I want to say it is. Oh, well, that doesn't work. How do I go about this? I feel like there is a way I can make this behave the way I need it to. Because ideally what I would like is when it's flat. Oh, how about this actually? If I... Okay, we're going to do it directly on this piece, but instead of pulling it out now, we don't need to back it up to... Okay, back up to here. What we're going to do is we're going to... Wait, do I actually need to do it on the spinning piece? I think I need to do it on the spinning piece if I want it to be a different shape. Yeah, how do you do on this piece? Okay, let me go... I mean, this is just mostly just see if it works, so, we won't worry too much about the immediate shape, but let's say that we do this. We're going to pull up so that the Can I can't do that? That's really annoying. Okay, if I use a temporary deformer, can I forcibly, like... Okay, this is close to what I wanted. It looks completely insane, but... I don't know which one this is. Which side is this? Is this the front side or the back side? I think this is the front side. No, it's not the back side. It's 100% the back side. I mean, they both have to do the same thing, so I guess it's not really... Why does it do that? What? What? And what are these? What the heck are these? Who are you? Can I... Was it... Oh, this is the front. Wait, what is this? Isn't this the middle? This is not the middle. What is this? Hmm. No, this has... Oh. Ah, okay, I think I got this. Alright, so the spinning has to be done on the... Oh, which one is this? Let me just get rid of this and make another copy of this. Hello there, how you doing? Currently working through something that I'm not actually sure how to do. The spinning has to be in the inside. The deform has to be on the parent. Yes, it has to be on the parent. But either way, we're trying to currently make the a bit of water spin. So that's where we're currently sitting at. Alright, so let us just make the absurd 15 by 15 crazy deformer. So this one, that's where the deform is going to be. Then I need to do the actual spin. This requires this. We say at 1 to 10 at 360, it spins all the way around, and then we give it a point at every single division we have. Same as before. We then make a warp deformer that says spin, sure, whatever. And to carrot this. Yes. Tell this to be interpolated so that it does a round spin. Then we tell this piece to can I actually just do it straight from here? Basically, we want this to go like... Why is it pulling... Oh wait, it's because I'm pulling everything at the same time. I can't really do this in a round way, can I? Because it has to pull everything somewhat equally. Because then if I pull this up so that all of these are like flat... And then, let's say we spin it. And there's the water. Okay, there we go. This is the 3D shape spinning. Like so. So now there's like this little cone that is spinning. That looks completely insane. Okay, now how do I adjust it so that I can actually... are you the front or the back? I don't know you're the front of the... Why are you lifting that? Don't lift that. Is that all my control points? You, what are you? You're the back, right? I think you're the back. Why does it do that? Don't do that. Why does it do that? And what's this currently doing? Do I not just... Am I not supposed to pull this down to... Or do I need to pull this up? No, I need... Why does that pull up? What does this do? What does this one do? This one pulls the back. This one pulls, what, the front? Do I need to pull this back up? Pull this back up. Okay, I need to pull this down, apparently. Because that creates our... Oh wait, do I need to use an even number for the divisions so that I actually have like a clone point? Is that what I'm doing wrong here? Yeah, I think I need an even number actually. Hold up, let me just back it up. Back it up. I think I actually have the idea correct now, so let's just back this up. We're going to just change these both so that had the same number of divisions, because that just causes less problems down the line. Okay, so this puts vertices for the divisions right down the middle, because then if we go ahead and do the thing again where we just yank this up over the top, yank this up. So once this is working, we can start doing the next part. So now we have a cone that spins kind of around. Is this the front? This is the front. So then if I just say like, if I yank on this and just like pull it, can I pull the edges here so that this is more of a shade? No? Why can I not? What does this do? This pulls the bottom. What does this do? This also pulls the bottom. There should be like 3 of these here, shouldn't there? Like, yeah, there's like 3 of these here. Why can't I not just yank specifically? There should be a connection between the middle piece and the middle over here, right? It should be here down to here. Well, do I just need more divisions? Do I just need to give it more divisions so that I can kind of force it into a certain shape? I mean, this is kind of getting the job done already, so we can just use that. Okay, so we're going to use this. Not actually on Kisaki, but over near Kokona, so that we can spray water from the gun, and this can be the top of the water as it sprays outwards. That was one thing I wanted to try. Okay, so this is why we made a copy of this. We have a separate one here. So we want this to basically be able to morph and squish. Do I need to do that on the mesh layer, or can I do that from a deformer? That is currently question number 1, because that is a somewhat important thing to know. Let me just actually name these properly. So this is the bit of water splash that needs to happen on Kisaki's face. So if I just go meh, what happened? I can't really see. Okay, let's just make a extra parameter here. And we'll name these properly as well. So this is the one for splashing against Kisaki's face. We basically want it to have 2 states, going between 0 and 1. Oh, do I need to... That's all currently selected. So basically we just want a state here where we want to just bring in the corners. Well, do I actually want more edges here? And a state where we bring in the middle. Does not look like what I needed to do, so, but before we miss... Oh. Yeah, that's a problem. Let me just do that and then remove this for a moment. Okay, let me just give it extra point. We're just going to use this to hold the default so that it's a bit easier to work with. So I can just shift it back there to delete the motion. Okay, so at 0, we want to... Let me just give it a whole bunch of extra divisions here just to see if that helps. We want to pull in... Okay, I think the whole corner folding in just isn't going to work. I think we're going to do it this way. We're going to just grab like a chunk here and just go whap like that. And then here we're going to grab a whole chunk of this and go whap. Why is it grabbing more of this side than that side? So something kind of like that. So like basically we just have this third point, so we can just come back here, delete the parameters, and it'll be back to default. But let's just say we have this for now. Then we're going to create another deformer on top of this, which is the shape. And then basically we want this to be hitting her like right about here, let's say. We're going to just spin this around a bit, and then we basically want to use this deformer to kind of shape it against her face. So usually when water hits the surface, it kind of like sprays out, well, like kind of like this, right? So should this spin? We could try making this spin. Just to give it a little bit more wiggle. Just so you can see it a bit more clearly, this is currently what the shape looks like, and might have turned the splash itself down a little bit so that's just like not quite as obvious. But it's basically just like the water kind of ripples as it's like making contact with her face, basically, is what we're trying to do here. So it's not completely equal. Should I have more of these like ripples into it? Because right now I'm basically only going corners in, and then like the middle of the sides in along a square. And will it help with the spun so that the where the shapes are like adjusting in and out are less uniform? And just excuse me for a moment, I drank over a cup of water before starting. Alright, give me a moment. Alright, let us continue here. I think since this effect only needs to really be on screen for like 2 to 3 seconds, or 5 seconds tops, I think this will actually do. If I need to make it a little bit less clear, I can also do that, because it's still like the lighter bit is where the light needs to be, and this is still effectively where the shadow should be. Okay, so the next fun part is effectively we want to attach this to the front of the water stream so that it moves in with the water stream and then hits over her face effectively. The stream itself is currently this thing. We're going to use a little bit of camera work so that we can have this come out from off screen, so we don't need to see the source. And we're going to give it a mesh. We're going to be a little aggressive with it, I think. And make it so that it can bend somewhat. Will that do? Well, let's actually find out. We put a point, let's say... Actually, let me make a copy of this like a smart person. Okay, and we make a thing like this, and then just give it a couple of points where it can bend, right? Maybe we should use a ruler to do this. I'm also eyeballing the middle, so that's probably not helping. So basically, what we have here is we have a stream of water that says, let's just call it like Kisaki. We just call it stream. This could mean a lot of things. Going from point A to point B, basically, we don't need it to morph back and forth. So we would just say this, but I think we might need like multiple points here. But let's just say that. Oh, do I need to do this on the mesh layer? Or can I do this on the former layer? Let me have a think about this. I mean, I think I'm going to also make this a little bit thinner, but we can do that with the former. I think I should use the former just so that I have a more leeway with it later. Let's just give this to the former. Okay, so we have this. Basically, when this occurs, well, let's just do 2 for now. We need... at the end points, very specifically, for this to hit her, like, I can't really see what this is. Hold on. We need this to hit, like, right here, right? How much can I bend this? Let's have a look at this. If I give it, like, a crazy number of warp divisions on the horizontal, can I just literally grab this and make it an arc? Because this is like the thing with very long pieces. The divisions get pretty shifty after a while. Let's just say that it's like this, and then we just like arc it as much as we can. And just point this into an end goal here. So now we have like a jet stream with gravity. Let's pretend. So something like this, right? We'll squeeze it out a little bit more, but this is basically what needs to end. You know what? Let's actually use this as a default. Just do that. So when it ends, what we need to do is actually just take the whole thing and let me just give it a midpoint and just shove it into itself, like right here. Well, this is a problem. That's the let me just make it so that it's a 2x2 on the third option here. So it just needs to collapse on itself. This is where it'd be easier if I was using it straight on the mesh layer. We use it to formula to control the size. Is it feasible for me to do this all on the mesh layer instead? Because this is actually kind of what I was worried about. Okay, let's just remove the parameters and re-add them. So we just have the arc here. Because we use the mesh layers, what we end up with is that... Oh wait, can I just use the temporary deform path? So let's say this is where it needs to end up here. If I just say... So we have all these paths, and we just like drag all these into each other. Whoa. Which is just like, whoa. And just... How much this is vibrating is really worrying me. Come on, get straighten up, please. I need you to... Is this the best I can do? Alright, whatever. We're also going to be fading it out as we get into the spot, so it should be okay. Let me just drag these over here so that I'm working closer together. This is a problem with these two mini divisions. Because now the divisions are really trying to fight each other as I pull this in. Oh, right. Where's the last one? Yoink. Ooh. 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 Just squash that in. And also squash in this side. Alright, let's just see what happens as the streamlight folds its way in. Oh, it very much folds its way in as a W. There's no way I can miss with that. Oh, let me think about this. That was unexpected. It kind of does what I didn't do, but it's is that going to be a problem when the thing is very thin? Because we probably want to thin this stream out more than what it currently sits at. Well, you know what, I can find out. Alright. Because the fun bit is that as this is approaching, this is probably what we want to do to stretch it out into its current state as well. Is that on this point, we just give it a couple of spots where it can bend. That when it's out of camera, we probably want to pull it into this side. So we're just gonna go ahead and do I have the? Do I not have a shot here? A snapshot here? I can't. Okay, kind of see it. Like right here, right, is where the stream is coming from. So we just go ahead and squish this in. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, man. Don't fight me that much, please. That is really nerve-wracking. Oh. So, effectively, what we end up having is this thing that goes. Okay, if I can fix the bit here where like it bends itself several times, that would be very good. Well, do I need to do this first and then morph it into an arc? Does that work? I just need to squash it into itself. But it comes flying in like a W. I mean, I don't know. Actually, like, realistically, it's going to be, like, pretty quick. So, like, are the imperfections actually visible is also a question here. Because if the imperfections aren't actually visible, then there's also an argument to just, like, say that it's fine. What is this? I think this is the center, I think. Because I think what we're going to do, so like saying that this is the default, right? What we're going to do is we're going to give this another deformer here. And we're going to use this one to actually shape the whole thing. As a 2x2. Where we basically... I can't really see what I'm doing. So I should be able to what, just take this and just like squash this down, right? Okay, what does this do to the shape below it? So it makes the jet stream much thinner, which is kind of what we want. And by that point, it's like, does it matter that the shape becomes a W as it closes in on her face? Because let's be real, you can't see that slight imperfection like right about here. So like, this was fine, isn't it? As like the stream makes it to her face. Okay, I think that actually works. It looked completely insane, but you know, it gets the job done. Okay, where's the spinning splash? We want to position this over... This doesn't have any parameters, right? Yeah, it doesn't. We want to position this over the top of the gun here so that we can like spit a bit of water up and it could just kind of like spray out. So this is kind of like going like here. Is that good enough for the water for now? I need to make some droplets that need to spray off this, but I think this might actually work. Okay, let us turn this off for a moment so we're not looking at it, because that just drove me a little insane for like an hour, really. To go with that motion, we want to move Kisaki's hand and head around a little bit, along with her mouth. Okay, so for this, is it better to... Actually think about the best way to do this. Might be better just to have dedicated mouth motions here, using blend shapes instead. So basically, we forcefully blend the mouths individually, rather than having several different parameters fire at the same time. Because if we use a bit of camera work, then we should be able to move the camera away when we need to switch between shapes. So let us do that. Also, I think I should actually mess with her arm first. Let me just make a new. Okay, this is one of the pieces where I'm actually okay with it being 1x2 matrix, because this would basically just be up and down. But we're going to put that on the front arm here. So the best bit is that this is actually inconsistent in a way because her coat isn't on the arm when her arm is up, but we can hide that using some camera work. And also one thing I wanted to see if I could do was whether I could extend the fingers at least like somewhat using the pieces I have existing. So I think I also want to try that. We're just gonna extend all the fingers together. Right now, basically the front, the end joint of each finger is pulled back so that the curl towards her face. But if possible, I'd like to change that to go with the motion, which means most beautifully we're gonna have to separate all of the fingers here into their own deformer. Well, honestly, maybe just the tip piece, but it is less annoying to just make sure I have all of this separated in case I need to move it later, because otherwise I need to go looking for the tip piece to match it with the joint. Okay, let's see if we can extend these out. So we're going to take the end of the finger here. We're going to give it a deformer. Let's just do this real quick. Just the tip. Might need to do the joint piece as well to match it, but let's say that we want to extend the finger out. Just want to look at all of this. Ideally, what we want is to go finger, just change the shape so that it looks like the finger is stretched. Don't grab that point. Stretch it. The color doesn't stretch all the way out. Oh dear, is that going to be a problem? Well, that's actually going to become a problem. Do I need to pull this around to the top? Do I actually need to like turn this whole pot around so that this is on top? I mean, the color I can fix. Like, that is less of an issue. Well, the way I've done the color just not going to work with this. Because this is also one of the more bonus things that if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't need to work. The problem is like right this spot, right? Because the shadows are kind of aggressive on the tips of the fingers, because they were originally supposed to be curled backwards in shadow. So the shadow itself will have to float if I was to do this. Let me sit down. Oh, why is it not rolling up? Give me. Roll. You ground. Okay. Okay, I think we're just going to go about these motions for now. If I want to try this again, I'm just going to have to recolor the, or separate the shading there. But also, actually no, the line are black, so I don't actually need to separate the color of the finger away from the piece as long as it's, whatchamacallit, masked downwards. Okay, so we'll just ignore this for a moment. So we're just basically going to move her arm around in front of her mouth. So we basically want to simulate yawn. Can I tuck the fingers in more than they are now, then? I think that is more feasible. Hmm. Do I need to move her upper arm? Where's her upper arm? I think I do have a... Yeah, I do have a piece here for this. Let me just put this into, When her arm is down, it basically doesn't need to move, so... that's also a bonus, but, I do need the form for this, because that needs to be the, that's not the upper, this is the lower arm. This is the upper arm. I'm actually trying to make this a little bit easier to work with. We'll adjust the shape of the former a little to match the shape a bit better. So we can have a little bit of stretching here because, realistically speaking, you're not going to be able to see the elbow. I do have a little bit of leeway with what I do with the actual arm. I think I'm still going to lift it a little bit. Okay, I think this is where we want to try and see if I can actually pull the fingers in more than where they are right now. I don't think there's a correct expression, but it'll do for now. The problem is that we don't have a thumb here. The thumb is basically on the outside of the hand. So we do have to do this in a way where it wouldn't expose the non-existent thumb. So basically when this happens, we kind of want to just pull the finger inwards, right? Because as long as we can somewhat make it look like the knuckle is staying in the same spot, should be this gotta be okay. Yeah, it's not gonna. We won't be able to use the overall deform. We're gonna do this for both the joint and tip separately. Basically, just want to pull the joints inwards while keeping the tips of the fingers where they are. Bum. Actually, I should have pulled the knuckle up or go like this. I pulled the thing inwards. Maybe a little bit more this way. And then we just kind of had to shove these into, not you into place for now. We don't really have a better way of doing this. We just need to sort of like not effectively change the shape of the hand itself. Or the finger itself. I mean, these ones can more or less just reattach to the end, right? And it'll look okay. Oh, the coloring's a little bit off on this to begin with. Right. Sure, that's fine. I mean, you can kind of see a seam here as well because of the way I've done the coloring. Oh dear. Kind of see a seam in a lot of these parts, actually. Then I actually want to make it so that this as a whole can kind of flick near the wrist area, so we'll make a parent here to move all of that area in one. We're going to... Do I need to use the Viscity form a little bit to do this? Ideally what I want to do is kind of like... Actually no, that actually should be in that spot. So basically we want to say that when we go from 1 to 10 that we just kind of flow. Like kind of flick the wrists. Actually, it shouldn't be this way, should it? It should be the other way. Because it's kind of hard to bend the wrists either way at this angle, isn't it? We're going. I guess yeah, we could go this way. Just like flick it down. There should be a very quick motion. It should be like accompanied with this motion. So effectively what we end up with is that when this happens, we just go whop like that. It should be a very fast motion. Okay. Then, to accompany this, the upper arm also needs to move. So we'll go ahead and just lift the arm. We're just gonna get this to match. We're not gonna be too stingy about the shape because it doesn't need to be. We're just gonna make sure that if anything ends up showing that, it doesn't look completely insane. Is basically as far as it needs to go. Honestly, about there is actually fine, isn't it? Is it moving the shoulder at all? It's not moving the shoulder, then it's fine. Okay, so where is her face? Let me just separate this into hair and face in. What if I can actually glue the fingers down where I need them to go? I mean, the color is still off, so it doesn't really matter, but... How do we want to do this? So I want to go face. Do I need to separate that from the head? I'll just grab the mouth for now. Is that all the mouth parts these days? Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so now the bit I need to do is actually make it so that the mouth is actually at more of a base shape. So, first up, let us put this into its own thing here for a moment, so that I can collapse this. Whereas, is there a parameter stuck to this? No, there isn't. Let me just turn this off for a moment so I can't. It's out of the way. Actually, you know what? Right here, we're actually going to go up opaque, and we're just going to turn this off by default. So, because we basically want to turn this off when we're not using it. So we'll say that on it's visible, off it is not visible, so we just turn it off. And that's just a default. Okay, so the fun bit of the lip is that we actually want to change the shape so that it is closer to what we need the base mouth to look like. But we just wanted this base super long line so that no matter how much we squish it, it wouldn't cause a problem. Can I not move? Am I not allowed to move this? Oh wait. There's gonna be a problem that my cover is pulling back. How big are these pieces? Where is it? I mean, these pieces aren't that big, so maybe I'll get away with this. Why can't I not move this? Why am I not allowed to move this? Default's unlocked. Oh, why am I allowed to move it now? What changed? Nothing changed. Okay, well, either way, that was what I was worried about. That cover is not big enough. Oh, what do I need to do to the cover to make it significantly larger? Do I just like extend it by a lot? Because the cover is the heat color is separated, so I can't just merge it down. Does this just have to be huge? This might just have to be huge. I'll fix that when we get to the bit when I need to recolor a bunch of parts. Alright, so basically, we're just going to Can I copy this into this? Is that a thing I can do? Oh, I can. Okay. I'm slowly reaching a point where I need to whatchamacallit, lock defaults, so I think we'll just keep that locked. Hmm. Bum, 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 bum. Hmm. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, ba, 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 bum, ba, la, ba, bum. Do it like this, then. Do I need to literally just grab all of this and... Okay, let me just see what happens if I turn the opacity for this up and down. Can I turn this all down together? Oh. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Doesn't matter if it happens in like a frame though. That's the next question. Let's say that literally in a single frame it turns off. What happens? Well, that wait, is that my? No, it's not. Because ideally, what we need to be able to do is immediately turn off the inside of the mouth as well as the covers. Well, can I just leave the covers? I can just leave the covers, can't I? Hmm. Why can't I see this? What? Why is this turned off? What? Why? This exists. Was it? Oh no, it's because it's below the covers. Like that. Okay. Okay. Then. How do I need to deal with the covers to make it stretch over the whole thing then? Do I just need to make them way larger? Hmm. Bum, 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 bum. Hum, 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 hum. Oh. Ba, ba, bum, ba, bum. How do I do this? Ba, 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 bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. Alright, let's just see what happens if I squeeze the highlight. Ba, 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 bum, ba, ba, bum. That's just straight to the mouth. Ba, ba, bum, ba, ba, bum. Where's the hair? Ba, 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 bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. Alright, let's see what the glue is going to do to this piece now. Oh, this is very green. Where is it? Oh, right. Hmm. Alright, let's just see what this has done to it. That works surprisingly well. So it pulls the edge of the lash in. Okay, we're gonna do that from now on, because that is very good. That makes it a lot easier to work with. But basically it just sticks this specific spot to the edge of the eye white. Alright, Shadow, you, and also we're going to say you need to master you. Now how do we deal with this? She does also pull in with the eye. She also pull in the eye white, right? We should pull in a little bit less. Is there a good way to do this without just squeezing it all the way in? Because it's not really that relevant, is it? Bum, 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 bum. Hum 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 hum. Hum 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 hum. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Hum, 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 hum. Oh boy, it's starting to be a lot of glue. Oh dear. Where's a lash? Hmm. Hum, 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 hum. Ba, 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 bum. Hum, 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 hum. Bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, bum. Okay, do we want to mess with this and do I form? Alright, now we want to miss the head. Alright, let's see. Bum, ba, ba, bum, ba, bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, bum. Ba, 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 bum, ba, bum. Did I? Okay, good. Hum, ha, hum, ha, hum, hum, hum. Oh, right. Do I need to move this away from... Hum, 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 hum. Up, 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 bum, bum, bum. Do I need to put these into... Up, 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 bum, bum, bum. Up, 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 bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Hum, 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 hum. Hmm. Really should have just changed the former shape of this, shouldn't I? Hum, 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 hum. Up, 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 bum, 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 bum. Up, up, bum, bum, bum. Actually, do I... Can I just put this in here? Hmm. Oh, I feel about the spot. Up, 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 bum, 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 bum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Up, 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 bum, 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 bum. Hum, up, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Alright, where are we? Hum, 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 hum. Bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Hum, 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 hum. Hmm. Bum, 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 bum. Hum hum hum. Hum 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 hum. Bum 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 bum. Where knows? Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Hum 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 hum. Bum 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 bum. Oh, this should be part of... hum 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 hum. Can I move this all in one? I can move it all in one. This will save a lot of time. You know what? Let's try and move it all together to see how bad it is. This could be very bad. Where is the shadow? Oh, I named it correctly. Oh no, I named this incorrectly. Hum. Alright, how ridiculous will it look if I just move this all together? Hmm. Hum. Nah, I should probably move this separately. Alright, now can I get around this and reduce the amount of extra work I need to do? Hmm. Hmm. Alright, let's see. If I just go enter, to make a whole bunch of copies of this and just pass the whatchamacallit, move the motion onto the child, I should be able to just skip a whole bunch of the work to redo this part. So let us try that. So I would like to make some minor adjustments to each part, or at least one part. So I'm gonna go do 1, 2, 3. Okay. We're gonna grab you. We're gonna put you in. Where did that go? Why did that just scroll up? I don't know why that just scrolled up. But we have all the different pieces here. So we just go hit and just cha. Why does it scroll up? Don't do that. Okay, then we go deformer. Actually, what size are these right now? Yeah, the only shape for that. So we just apply the because all of these have the thing, right? Yeah, they do. So we just go modeling, deformer, apply the child. Can we? We'll just go ahead and apply all of these to the child elements. We should end up with 4 deformers that still have this and they still do this. Okay, very good. Okay, so which ones? Okay, we're just gonna make it so that you stretch out a bit more, you pull in a bit more. You pull in a bit more. You pull out a bit. And you pull out a bit. And you pull in a bit. Maybe not so much, just yank this back a little. And that's still technically less work than if I did all 4 of those separately. We just do one, then just split it up again. That's actually not terrible for reducing the amount of times I have to move stuff like that. Do I feel okay with that? Maybe we'll grab you and we'll just bring you in a little bit. Do I feel okay with that? Alright, do the same thing over here. We'll just grab the whole thing and just shift it in 1. And then we'll just make the minor adjustments afterwards. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, then go back into here. We'll just attach it to here. And the shadow will be attached to here. And then we'll go 1, 2, 2. Neat. Can we please move that up? Wait. Then modeling, apply to child. Bum, 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 bum. Let's go with this one now. How are you doing? How do I feel about that? Here's like an okay way to do. I want to pull this around a little bit. Let's pull this into her cheek a bit more. Actually, that shouldn't be like that, should it? Pull out a bit. This piece is moving too much. How do I feel about this piece? I'll live with that for now. Alright. Now then, the question is, can I do that with the front piece as well, where I just move everything together and then make the minor adjustments later? Because that really does cut down the amount of time I have to work on each individual part. It's actually not too difficult to readjust either. Just, like, grab this whole chunk and just like shift it in the general motion that it needs. Why not? Let's be wild. aim the corners down to roughly where the ears are, which is more what like move this with the head, move this along the head shape, pull this back over the head. Aim this into the ear. Yeah, keep that aimed into the ear. It's actually surprising how much this doesn't look that bad. You know, I'm just moving this whole piece like a giant piece of cardboard. Obviously some adjustments will need to be made, but we down over more. Where's the crown of the highlight? It should be about there. That's a good base, right? Looks not terrible. Probably set the let's just set this to default at 10. So the mouth actually shows up, even though I still need to redo the actual whatchamacallit covers. Okay, let me just separate this into shit. No, I need it. I'm gonna do this individually. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. Let me just collapse this. How much is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Alright, then we go apply to child for all of these. But, you know, counting out loud definitely helps with the making sure I'm not miscounting. Alright, so now all of these has this motion, and I can make them smaller minor adjustments now. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Alright, where's the top? Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, I think we'll finish up here for now. I think I've done something okay with this. And it's been an hour playing with the water, so I think that's actually not too terrible. The the oh boy, just looking at this parameter looks completely insane. This thing here that we were looking at once again, there's actually a 2D image that spins. This is a 2D image spinning like a 3D object. And then the piece that needs to splash, the one that is going to just kind of morph like this on her face to make it look like the water is kind of moving. And also the beautiful jet stream of water that once again just absolutely collapses in on itself. This beautiful thing that just whops and just goes slams into her face like that. It looks completely ridiculous. Look at this W coming in here. That would be moving too fast for you to see the W. So hopefully all of that works together, but we'll continue along with all these motions. As you can see, I'm trying my best to keep them as like 1x2s. There are a couple where I just want to save the motion with the third parameter here. We aren't using the third parameter in the -10. It's just there so that I could just go to here, remove parameter, and then just that will be back to default, and just much quicker than backing it up. So either way, thank you very much for watching today's session of motion rigging. If you want to see more of this, remember to be subscribed or following, depending on where you're watching from. Leave a like, cause it helps me out, and see you again next time.